board would like to entertain, I would like to request that they enter into the 3-year dispatching agreement with the city of Brunswick.
And you're both in agreement with the 3-year contract?
Yeah, this is the first year that I've been given an opportunity to speak on this, but unfortunately, yes, we are going to have to move forward with that. In the past years, since 2014, when I became chief, my big thing was to protect the township and provide them the best service that we could. And at that time, I felt it was not giving the best service by using Brunswick Dispatch, and I wanted to go to Medina Sheriff's Office for the sole reason that 911 calls were being answered directly by Medina County Sheriff's Office and then relayed to our Brunswick Dispatch Center. Over this past year and this past summer, that 911 service has been from the cell towers, from your cell phone, now are directed into Brunswick City Dispatch. So it is now cutting out the middleman that for years Brunswick Hills has had to utilize. I believe that was a big, could have been a safety concern. We will never know because there has been that human delay in transferring things to Brunswick City, then to our officers. But now it seems like there are some direct links that are going now from 911 calls, person's on 71, that tower's picking it up, and that caller is talking to one of our dispatchers that is giving out that emergency directly to police and fire. So for the township's protection and giving a good service to our residents, it is to sign an agreement with Brunswick City now that they are able to obtain those 911 calls and give it directly to our officers and firefighters.
Any other comments?
Yeah. Chief, any other comments from you?
No, I think the contract is pretty much, I think there was one line item that was removed.
Okay.
That was pretty insignificant in the contract itself. So the rest of the contract is in line with what we've had in the past, and I think moving forward is appropriate.
The only thing I would like to add is this has been going on for many years too. I would like to see that if this contract is signed, that there is a better split between the two departments as far as the payment for that service from the City of Brunswick between the fire department and the police department.
So let's talk about that for a second. I understand the basics of the contract and the usage of the contract between the police and the fire. So I understand that the legwork that goes into providing police with your information is significantly higher than what is needed for the fire department. And I'm personally torn because I also view it as a benefit, as a service to the township as a whole, meaning, the residents don't care about that. And, to me, we don't have another contract here that is, to the best of my knowledge, that's usage-based. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, Chief, or either chief, the contract is currently split, what, 70,
I
74 paid for by,
82 paid by the police department.
was it that high?
No, it
I don't think
wasn't,
it was that
because
high,
we paid 22 or 23% last time.
Yeah.
So what we're paying for is a service to have a dispatcher at Comm Center 24 hours a day, every day of the week, 24 hours a day, so that they can answer the calls for our township and then respond appropriately to either police or fire or both.
Right.
What did you
right now-
budget? What did you budget for dispatch?
Well, every year I budget for the full amount because I really don't know the way it has been handled in the past is the
Yeah.
fire chief counts how many calls he's been dispatched to and just pays for those, and it's a percentage breakdown. I would like to see it a 50-50 split for dispatch services. That's what we're paying for dispatchers to man that station and contact and dispatch public safety.
There's some other things though, and just I'll go back to what Chief Sopkovich was saying about when we were looking at the sheriff's office. So at that time we had received a quote for services from the sheriff's office for just the police was $70,000. For the fire was $25,000. It's a total of $95,000. If you take the percentage split, 95,000, 25 of it being fire, the other 70, you're looking at about a 25 to 75% split. And the reason there is that split is because there is additional services or things utilized by the police department, such as, they have to update or keep track of the leads, certifications, the MDTs.
The MDTs are paid up through tech, and that's also paid out a different line item. Same with the leads certifications.
Well, the dispatch has to maintain that on their end. So those are costs associated with specifically law enforcement and of dispatch, where we being the fire department, don't have those types of services. And that's why when you looked at the sheriff's agreement, that there was a significant 70,000 versus 25,000.
Right.
Because of those services. And that's why I've always maintained there are additional services utilized by the police department. Entry of stolen vehicles, entry of stolen weapons, removal and entry warrants, things like that. We don't do that for the fire department, obviously.
Well, we can compare all day. I don't enter what type of service vehicles are on different calls. So there is data entry on both ends for police and fire. As far as leads, he's incorrect. We pay a leads charge directly to the state of Ohio for that. And I'm also the TAC for our leads.
Well, I think obviously the contract needs to be signed, and we need to get that approved. That needs to be done by the end of this year. So I'm going to move to approve the contract that we signed, to have a little bit of a deeper dive into how we break the cost down. That's just my personal feeling. I feel like I'm still torn on this. I can see it both ways. Maybe there's a solution that we can find somewhere within that is beneficial to both parties. But I want to talk about that more. But I need to educate myself more on it before we do.
Then I will second your motion.